morning and welcome. You're watching the CommexFX Daily Outlook for Thursday, November 20th. The euro rose 0.10% against the US dollar and closed at 1.2545 after the eurozone seasonally adjusted current account surplus widened to 31 billion euros in September, following a surplus of 17.4 billion euros. Yesterday, global credit rating agency S&P warned the ECB about its monetary stimulus expansionary program, as according to the agency, the risks associated with it could lead to another recession in the entire European economy. In the US, the Fed minutes from its latest policy meeting in October indicated that the policymakers discussed on the option to retain the pledge to keep interest rates near zero for a considerable time. The nation's monthly housing starts unexpectedly eased 2.8% in October, following a revised increase of 7.8% registered in September, while market expectations were for it to rise 0.8%. The pair is expected to find support at 1.2503, and a fall-through could take it to the next support level of 1.2464. The pair is expected to find its first resistance at 1.2591, and a rise-through could take it to the next resistance level of 1.2640. Trading trends on the euro today are expected to be determined by the manufacturing and services PMI data from the eurozone and its peripheries, scheduled in a few hours. Meanwhile, the US CPI as well as the initial jobless claims data would grab a lot of market attention, scheduled later today. The British pound rose 0.32% against the US dollar and closed at 1.5677. Yesterday, the Bank of England minutes from its most recent monetary policy meeting showed that the 7 policymakers were in favour of keeping the interest rates of the UK at a record low of 0.5%. The pair is expected to find support at 1.5598, and a fall-through could take it to the next support level of 1.5527. The pair is expected to find its first resistance at 1.5731, and a rise-through could take it to the next resistance level of 1.5793. Going forward, investor sentiment would be determined by Britain's retail sales data set for release in a few hours. The US dollar strengthened 1.07% against the Japanese yen and closed at 118.16. Yesterday, the Bank of Japan held its interest rate unchanged at 0.1% and kept its monetary policy steady. In other economic news, Japan's leading economic index rose to a level of 105.6 in September, following a similar reading registered in the prior month. Earlier today, data from Japan showed that the nation's exports rose 9.6% on an annual basis in October, registering its highest level in 8 months, beating market expectations for a 4.5% gain. In other economic data, Japan's flash manufacturing PMI unexpectedly eased to 52.1 in November, lower than market expectations of an advance to a level of 52.7. Meanwhile, the nation's adjusted merchandise trade deficit unexpectedly contracted to 977.5 billion yen in October, while markets were expecting it to widen to 1,100 billion yen. The pair is expected to find support at 117.52, and a fall-through could take it to the next support level of 116.68. The pair is expected to find its first resistance at 118.78, and a rise-through could take it to the next resistance level of 119.21. The US dollar declined 0.08% against the Swiss franc and closed at 0.9577. In economic news, the Swiss ZEW's Economic Expectation Index climbed to -7.60 in November, compared to a level of -30.70 recorded in the prior month. The pair is expected to find support at 0.9538, and a fall-through could take it to the next support level of 0.9499. The pair is expected to find its first resistance at 0.9610, and a rise-through could take it to the next resistance level of 0.9643. Looking ahead, investors await Switzerland trade balance data, scheduled in a few hours. That was it for today. Make sure you check out our CommexFX card. CommexFX offers you the exclusive service to withdraw your funds with ease and efficiency with your CommexFX card right from your Forex trading account anywhere in the world. It has never been easier to manage your account, as you have straight access to cash your funds. Stay in the know by liking us on Facebook, following us on Twitter and Instagram, circling us on Google+, and of course, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Have a great trading day!